Hey everyone, welcome back to Fate's Stay Night Remaster with Jurgen Jays. I don't know if this will be the finale of the Fate route or not. Part of me is hoping it will be. If I'm kind of in my head right now in a place of like, I'm gonna play this game right now until it's done, right? Because I know at the very least I'm in the final day. How far into that final day, I can't say, right? So, as you can see, I did some work off camera, okay? So I did get the good option between the two. I didn't realize, so what I was doing that whole last video was, I was like, where's an example? Okay, so say here. No, that's wrong. Say here, okay? Where originally I had picked Tosaka to speak to during this scene rather than Saber, so I'd gotten this point, okay? So what I did when I was coming back through and combing through these is I would click and specifically go to, like, say this scene just so I could make this choice. Then I wouldn't play through anything else, so I wouldn't just like fast forward / skip through everything. So then when I got up to here, what it was doing is it was kind of jumbling up all of my different kind of quote-unquote runs of the game, and that's why I kept on giving you this bad ending. So what I eventually had to do, and I said this in one of my comments in my last video, what I eventually had to do was like go back to, like, I don't know, this day or somewhere through here, and then like only pick the like the options that would give me affection, and then like played it all the way back through. Didn't take long because I could fast forward or just skip the scene or whatever. I just had to make sure that I was clicking the right thing when it came time for choices. So I did eventually get this good ending. So we are finally here, or the good choice. This isn't necessarily the end. We still have a scene after this. But anyways, without further ado, I'm so excited to get into this. I may have to record this over multiple sessions because it's like 9:30 for me. I usually get into bed about 10, so I'll be up a little bit later tonight, which is fine, but depending on how much later, I may record the rest of it later. Not that y'all need to know that. Anyway, let's get into it. What is the problem? Why do you hesitate? The Grail itself is at stake. It seems a reasonable offer to me. The priest's words ring true. For her to hesitate now would be the height of hypocrisy. Even still, this path isn't wrong. His words refuse to leave her mind. Remember, we're in Arthur's perspective, and Kirei just offered her the Grail, and she's kind of fighting against that offer. Though it disgusts her, she knows she's nothing like Shirou. I feel like the only thing that she is nothing like Shirou in is more... I mean, granted, lots of different life experiences. She was a leader, forced into it from birth. Still, the whole self-sacrificial thing is something very common between the two of them. I think the main thing that makes her different is just her philosophy on how she wants to go about handling regret. She wants to, if at all possible, redo. He, if at all possible, wants to push through, move on, right? Okay, so she wants to upend everything. That day, so long ago, there must have been someone who could have drawn the sword from the stone and been a better king. There must have been someone who could have built a true utopia, the heart that loved her nation so dearly. In the young woman's doubt, before she took the sword, on that day, she tried to fully and forever abandon her heart the day she drew her sword. Also, that's another thing, is like, and this is just a general leadership thing, I think. I think people sometimes, sure, they're a good leader for a short period of time, but they're going to eventually run into burnout if they are constantly, you know, not allowing themselves to feel, not allowing themselves to be human, and thinking that they need it. I mean, obviously you need to have integrity, and you need to own up to your mistakes, but by no means do you need to be perfect, like Author thinks she is. Also, lightning is going on, so if this crashes and I have to redo all of this, that'd be a shame. There was literally like me and my roommate, we were standing in our dining room, we saw lightning go outside our window. I'm yapping. I'm in a yapping mood. How does she not realize this before? I can't stray from this path, for all those who were left behind who laid it. To her. That is the girl who left her country. The girl named Altria. Or Altoria, right? That's another name. Before she was crowned. That was not a kingly heart. A king could only believe in themselves. To deny that would be to deny everything she gave up. What is lost cannot be returned. Her master insisted on this, even as he suffered. I will, again, I think Persona 5 Royal, I talked about this, I think, a couple of videos ago, handles this idea of, like, should you go back and change things if you could, or do you just keep pressing forward? I think it answers that question so beautifully. It's something I can't put into words, but it really shows it really, really well. If you ever get the chance to play that game, please, I know it's 180 hours. If you're a fan of like JRPGs, visual novels, anything like that, if you're a fan of games, play it. It's awesome. His pained expression alone makes her heart ache. What was it she had said? She could not start over. It was her duty as the king, so she refused over and over. What duty? To resurrect her lost nation? To select a more capable king? Or is it to wish for all the death and destruction to have never happened to begin with? No, that isn't right. That was a mistake. She was raised to be king. That is how she lived. In that, there is no flaw. But if that led to ruination, why could she not accept it? She had no regrets. If she could take pride in the way she lived her life, wishing for another chance was a pointless waste. Yeah, if you were proud of what you did in your lifetime, like, even through the mistakes, if you at the end of the day can say, you know what, it was worth it, why are you trying again? Why are you redoing that? You're already good, you're already satisfied. I see it now, Shirou. And so, his anguished cries finally reach her heart. All the tears, all the pain, even her broken heart. Salvation could come from destroying all of it. But, if it was undone, what would happen to everything swept aside in the undoing? I have stolen much from many, even their very lives. All that pain and regret is mine to bear. It belongs to me. But we got a shining star of hope. If I were to wish for a chance at something, it should be for a miracle in the here and now, not to upend the past. There you go, Saber. Each of the countless paths not taken before. I will say, really funny comment I got from, oh no, why am I blanking on his name? Anyway, he's gonna know who he is. He has a Shirou avatar as his profile picture. I always forget his name, which I feel bad about, because I read his name on the comment, I'm like, oh yes, you, I know you. But in the last episode where I was having to go back and replay all these scenes, it was funny that the game that's talking about, like, not going back and redoing your past also forces you to go back and redo your past, which is kind of interesting. Each of the countless paths not taken before cannot be taken by sacrificing this one. Instead, I should forge ahead, and work to fulfill what hopes have yet to come true, even to this day. Alright, this is very Persona 5 Royale-esque. Very much so. It is very much hitting the same nail with the hammer. ... If she is nationless and uncrowned now, perhaps her wish should be for herself. There you go. No. She cannot make a wish like that either. She wants to make a wish that improves just everybody's situation now. She chose to take up that crown. She never suffered for that decision. Not once. Even if no one understood or accepted her, that choice itself was her pride and joy. That's who defined her, you know? It's like what she stood on. At the very least, she truly believed that when she drew the sword from the stone, that is her answer. Just as he found something to stand by, so too as she. I'm trying to get better and be a little bit more deliberate about how I narrate. Because if you remember, it's kind of changed a bit, but like I really wanted to practice voice acting when I started my very first episode of this playthrough of this. Granted, I mean, I still do that, but especially my narration can be a little lackluster sometimes. I want it to be a little bit more emotional, even if there's not like a character's voice behind it. Anyway, yes. She pledged once, so long ago, something she swore to herself. She would fight, even if she loses everything, even if everyone in the world hates her. I was so foolish. An oath from a king, a promise to fight against all odds. And so, the king protected her country. But the country did not protect the king. And so it was. The ending may have been tragic, but if she is no longer ashamed of the path that led there, I should never have pursued that wish. She fulfilled her duty as king. That is an interesting thing, like, and speaking from, like, a teacher and someone that does leadership roles. Like, everyone can hate you or dislike you, but you are still doing your job right. Now, the people not liking you is not necessarily like, I'm doing it right? Like, I have so many students. I would say the majority of my students and me, we love each other, right? But you're gonna have a few that, because they have a very different way in thinking of how a class should be, how they should be, what they should be able to do, what they shouldn't be able to do, all those things, that they end up really disagreeing, sometimes to the point that they just don't like you. Which, case in point here with Saber. She did her duty. It led to ruin, but she saw everything through to the end. There need be nothing else. Of course, I did not want everything. The only thing I ever wanted from the very start. I did until the very end. Even if it meant losing so much along the way. I'm writing that in my quote. I keep a quote book, for those of you that don't know. I don't think I've mentioned it on here. I need to go run in the other room and get it. But I keep a quote book. And any quote from a piece of fiction, whether it's mostly from books that I read in manga, but any game, any TV show where I'm like, yeah, that's bars. I go grab that book and write it. So hold on. I mean, you don't gotta hold on. This part's gonna get edited out, but you'll hear from me right now. Okay, I got that written down in my quote book. Gosh, I love it. I love it. All right. I will keep this unattainable dream deep within my heart. And it may now end. So what is she wishing for now? Well, she's wishing for the Grail, still. Definitely. Definitely. Sorry, I looked at my phone because I saw it blip up from a text. I do desire the Holy Grail, but I cannot kill Shirou. She turns her sword on her enemy. What? Do you not understand, fool? Shirou is more important to me. Yas! We got her! We bagged a baddie. And that is why my role is set. I will be his sword. I will shield him from danger. All hesitation leaves her. You are saying you do not want the Grail. If the Holy Grail will stain me, I do not want it. I already have everything I want. Does this mean that she's still going to be trapped in her... Well, yeah, because she's not interacting with the Grail. So she's still trapped in her cycle. Unless they find another way out of it. Yes. She has everything she needs with her now. Her pride is a knight. Her promise is a king. Even the precious dream that young girl once had. Yeah, all of them are still intact. Granted, the pride thing, maybe I could do without, but... The Red Rising series has a lot of really interesting things, especially the later books, has some really interesting things to say about honor and how it's BS, right? I mean, it serves its purpose. We get why it's there. It's a cultural thing, but at the end of the day, it's kind of BS. Those words I do hear. The girl, we're back in Shirou's perspective, I think. The girl who professed that her only goal was claiming the Holy Grail. I think we're in another scene. No, we're okay, never mind. I'll shut up. Just read. Now she says she has no need of such a thing. Saber! I call out to her as loudly as I can between ragged breaths. My vision still hasn't changed, but I can still make out her presence. The pain is fading. My wound, which wouldn't close, begins to heal. Is it because she's close? I don't know if it'll ever explain it. I mean, I would hope, and I'm sure it will, and I think in comments before, I've been told that it sort of will get fleshed out more, how Shirou's healing works. Can you stand, Shirou? If you can, please, take my hand. Yeah, I can do that. I take her hand. Whoa. Whoa! Yo! I'm holding the girl's hand, this is tight. My vision returns. My head, so fuzzy from blood loss, rapidly regains focus. Saber, is this your... Yes. It can negate even the curse of Gabolg. What? Stay close to me, and you will heal completely. Is this your what? Does she have a second noble phantasm that she hasn't told us about? We must press on, though. That's a great, even though that's such a simple thing for her to say, that's such a great reflection of kind of the change of mind that she's had. Saber turns her gaze back to the underground sanctuary. Beyond the door, the last master, Kirei Kotomine, stands at the threshold to the room. Beyond him is Lancer. I see. He looks at us strangely, as if seeing us for the first time. How dull. The disappointment in his voice is palpable. Like Palpatine levels of palpable? I don't think Palpatine's actually palpable. I just like that those two words are so similar. It appears the Holy Grail is mine then, but that will be rather valuable. If my wish is to be granted, it will require a completed Grail. Regretfully, I must kill you here, Shirou Miya. How dare you? I try my best to brace myself, but my body still won't listen. Even with Saber's hand in mine, it's all I can do just to stand. I can't possibly fight, so be a burden to Saber. Do not concern yourself with this. I will handle it. Please, just stay here. Oh, he sounds like the voice of Dio. I swear, it sounds like the voice of Dio. The Japanese actor, that is. Such confidence. What say you, Lancer? Do you think it would be wise for us to flee? ... Lancer is silent. Of course. Kotomine doesn't actually sound at all worried. He's just making a show of it. You peasants that I'm about to stomp on is basically what he's thinking. Kotomine, before I cut you down, I will ask, what exactly do you hope to gain? What is your wish, Overseer? In a word, entertainment. But I am in no rush. What kind of entertainment? To be honest, I have little interest in the Grail itself, but that is fine. If none prove worthy, I will take it, for the sake of the world itself. For the sake of the world? What are you gonna do for it for the sake of the world? I don't think your character has really been all that revealing for the sake of the world. You must think me a fool. You slay a master to become one yourself, but claim innocence? You intended to pursue the Holy Grail from the start. Makes a point. You jest, but it is the truth. I came to this situation by happenstance. Lancer's master had to die. I wonder if we'll ever know his true like in a future route. If we'll ever know the true master. Outsiders are trouble. I would not want them to discover the Grail's nature. Outsider. So the former master was an outsider of some sort. So I was forced to retire that master early. Still, it would not have been wise to eliminate the servant at that stage. I needed a pawn to hasten the war's conclusion, so I borrowed that master's rights to Lancer. The heck? Kotomine became a master by killing Lancers? Oh yeah, he doesn't know that. I forget, that was just information revealed in Saber's interlude. I see. Then I need no further information from you. I would, however, have you fulfill your duty, Overseer. Where is the vessel? Where is the heart of this war? What? Did you not realize you had it to begin with? You had it to begin with? What do you mean? He actually gasps. The brief moment of surprise passes quickly. Then why would he, if like he's so shocked that she didn't know this, why would he be offering it to her? With a smirk, he snaps his fingers to introduce the final piece of the puzzle. What? Both Saber and Lancer tense. Heavy footsteps echo from above. Is Gilgamesh the Grail? I suppose it is hardly necessary any longer, but let me introduce you. This is the servant Archer. He is the heroic spirit I partnered with in the previous Holy Grail War. Okay, I figured that much, or else you wouldn't really have the need of the corpses to sustain him. The golden figure makes his appearance. Gilgamesh, king of heroes. The atmosphere shifts. After making his sudden appearance, Gilgamesh crosses the sanctuary. Grounds to... Oh, wow, I did a big pause there that I didn't mean to do. Grounds to stand before Kotomine. He's just dressed casually. Okay. Alright, but... So, what are your plans now, Kotomine? Like, dude, are we, like, settling the score with these worms here? I'm so sorry for those of you joining me that have not heard me do my Gilgamesh voice. It is literally just a frat boy surfer dude. This is, like, rather an underwhelming venue. Please do not say that. This did not conform to my expectations either. Forgive me. Allow me to address all your complaints later. Alright, as long as you understand. But do something about this primitive, would you? Primitive? Okay, bud. If he continues to, like, fix his ugly little gaze on me, bruh, I may be forced to, kill him. Just maybe. The heck is this, Kotomine? That guy's your servant? Oh, yes, I have not explained everything to you. That'd be weird that he kept his own servant in the dark. Granted, not like Kotomine is a great guy, so he is my servant. From the previous war, we had a mutual understanding at its conclusion. As he felt following me was acceptable, and I prepared a suitable sustenance for him to remain, aka the corpses, again, we have been content to continue our cooperation. So that's why you'd keep that disgusting room. And why didn't you tell me about this? What would have been the point? I butchered that sentence. Did you want to partner with him for your tasks? Heck no. I'd rather die than work with him. ... Why? And now there are 3 of them. Lancer by the stairs, Gilgamesh in the center of the sanctuary, and Saber. Or 3 enemies is what you mean. We can't beat them all. Gilgamesh is too much for us on his own, but we can't escape with Lancer around either. Maybe Tosaka will show up and help us out. Kotomine, you said you didn't know about him. Please, I am a priest, I do not lie. What? You do know about him, though. Where's the weird loophole? Huh? You're lying! You said you couldn't ignore a servant from the previous war. Well, I mean, he couldn't. In fact, he was so not ignoring him that he was very aware of him. Correct. I was, in fact, surprised at the time as well. I had intended for Archer to remain here, but he still went out to do battle with you. Ah, okay. Should you have been one to investigate Archer, you would have discovered all this. As such, I was forced to make plans. So you see, I did not lie. He's really writing like, he's like, I'm doing good things. I mean, I've murdered people, but I've kind of, not lied, but I didn't actually sin. I hate when people do that. Gosh darn it. I blundered right into the enemy's stronghold because I trusted his word? I mean, he did say he was true, and I mean, technically he was, even though I agree with you, it is kind of BS. Then you are Archer's master. Correct. It feels like a renewal of the war from 10 years ago, yes? I was obviously unable to witness the final moments after Kiritsugu defeated me. This shall be the second and final time I face you. Answer me. How and why does Archer remain? What caused the fire? And how are you alive after Kiritsugu defeated you? That's kind of a question I had, is if you're quote-unquote defeated, that means you had to die. Unless, I don't know. I don't know what even I was about to say for my unless. Saber's voice drips with venom. These questions must have been weighing on her for a while now. She must also want clarity about what she left behind 10 years ago and disaster that followed. Hey, I feel like, I don't know. Yeah, we've not even made it into the second scene that is definitely here. I feel like this is going to be our big fight at the finish. How about this? Okay, I'm going to pause this recording here. I may be uploading it as a video of its own. I'm going to try tomorrow. Yeah, I will definitely be able to. Tomorrow I'm going to record more and see if I like, if it's just 10 minutes more worth of gameplay after this, I doubt. I figure it's a little bit more. Or if it's like 5 hours worth of gameplay after this. Gameplay, me hitting spacebar. So I'll see about that. So you may be getting this on its own as a complete video, or it may be combined into another one. Regardless, I want to say I hope you've had a great day. If you pray, specifically if you are a Christian and you pray, I would really, really appreciate it. Your prayers right now. I am really struggling. I've been really busy. A lot of drama going on between students at my school. The whole car breakdown thing. Just a lot of other stuff and a lot of just responsibilities that I'm taking care of right now. So it's caused me to just be really slow on recording these and getting them out to you guys. So maybe things will calm down. I doubt they will. If not, still expect kind of every other day. But I'll see you guys in the next video, or maybe right now. Who knows? Anyways, bye.